Greetings to the Lunar Matrix. This is Elizabeth Shermer with an intuitive reading for the Lunar Matrix on Friday, August 24th. Today's reading covers the period from today's first quarter moon through next week's full moon, which occurs at 6:58 a.m. Friday, August 31st. That's Pacific time. The first quarter moon is always, the week of the first quarter moon always initiates an opportunity and a period of time for actions and decisions that can put us in direct alignment with the manifesting wave of potential that was released at last week's new moon. So the new moon every month initiates a new wave of potential of co-creation. And the first quarter moon is a period of adjustment where we can come into clearer alignment as the manifesting wave comes more into form. Next week's full moon will shed full illumination on the potentials this month. Our opportunity now is to take simple actions this week that bring us into alignment. The overall theme this month has to do with an expansion of our experience of personal self-worth. And the astrological chart for this week, for the first quarter moon, points to an opportunity for us to come into alignment with a very powerful and deep wave of expansive energy that's moving through the solar system right now. And you may have experienced this, be experiencing this, and you will continue to do so in the next few days. This wave is on a very deep level that is more instinctual than, it's just below the level of awareness. So it's instinctual, it's intense, it's powerful, and it can raise contrasting experiences. It can lead to a feeling of deep inspiration and eagerness, or in the larger collective unconscious, because of the intensity of it, it can also activate fear and shadow. And so I actually wrote an article this week called on the topic of fate and destiny, because many of us so strongly are experiencing this these contrasting energies right now. And it's even, I'm finding myself having difficulty even verbalizing for today's reading, because the energies are below the surface. It's hard to put this into words. Last week's key teaching card in the Tarot reading was the Hanged Man, which is all about the opportunity to transcend limiting perceptions of reality into a larger picture. And so this week's reading takes us to the next level of that potential. I threw a body, mind, spirit spread, and the central card in today's reading is the Hermit in the position of mind. And we're starting with that card today because, as with last week's Hanged Man, the Hermit today is the central image of our personal opportunity that we can come into alignment with. The Hermit is the archetype of the person on the wisdom path. The Hermit is the number 9. It represents completion and mastery and integration of our own sense of life purpose. This is the card of self-worth in the sense of coming to a sense of personal destiny and confidence. The card also is represented by the zodiac sign of Virgo, which we just moved into this week. And so there's a capacity for appreciation of the importance of beauty and also attention to detail that is supported right now in your own path of development. There's also a deep need for harmony and an ability to access wisdom deep within. So this is the overall message for you this week, that you can access these qualities in yourself, and it comes through a quality of privacy, thus the name the Hermit. It's the quality of going within to find these qualities, and that's what the astrological chart pointed to, is that your balance and stability this week will come from within, not from external attention. So I will show the other 2 cards that emerged this week now as extra points of guidance for identifying with your own wisdom path. To the left, all the way to the left, the Princess of Swords in the position of body represents a quality and capacity to cut through limiting beliefs and thought forms. In the position of body, swords are the mental realm, but in the position of body, this means that you have the capacity this week to carry the awareness of your wisdom path and your own inner alignment into your actions in the world, into the physical realm. And this is by the capacity for cutting through heavy or dense energies. Those are traditionally with this card associated with things like depression, heavier energies like depression and inertia. You have the capacity this week with the energies of the first quarter moon to make decisions that help you cut through those patterns. And the card all the way to the right, Death, is the card for total transformation, the release of old form. The other name for death is birth. And so this is the release of old form in order for new forms to come into being. And the Death card follows last week's Hanged Man, and they actually follow each other in the deck. So the Death card is 13, and 13 is the number for transformation. So this doesn't mean physical death, it just means the opportunity for a release, an expanded perspective, an expanded awareness. It's a beautiful card to receive in the context of the wisdom teachings today. Now, interestingly, this card came up reversed, and the reversal today just indicates from the quality of spiritual support and awareness or understanding for ourselves that this process may be difficult this week. It may be uncomfortable, the process of release. So our awareness of the opportunity or possibility for difficulty in release will help us understand when those circumstances arise. And I asked an additional card of guidance and to help with support for moving through difficulties we may experience this week in the release of old patterns or in the release of an identification with external circumstances that could raise fear or discomfort, as opposed to the inner alignment with our own wisdom and trust and confidence. And the fourth card was the Four of Cups, Luxury. And the Four of Cups, Luxury, is a card of stability. Fours are about stability. Interestingly, we received a 4 last week that had to do with a potential quality for stagnation. This 4 is about emotional luxury, the capacity or opportunity for emotional luxury. And so as an extra message, the Four of Cups is signifying the capacity this week to experience emotional fulfillment in the present moment, and the opportunity to look within for deep emotional fulfillment as opposed to being distracted by external circumstances. The astrological sign for the card is the moon in Cancer, and both of those qualities, the moon and Cancer, are both internal, very yin aspects. And so this is a yin, a deep within call to move within to find emotional stability, emotional fulfillment. And ask yourself inside, how do I want to feel? Use the tools of the Hermit and the tools of the Princess of Swords to align within and then to cut through limiting or dense or draining energy fields that hold you back from clarity and action. The opportunities this week for you to take simple actions that put you in alignment with your own experience of inspiration, your own sense of larger destiny, even in the forms that haven't appeared. Your ability to come into alignment with that deeper inspiration will prepare you for next week's full moon and the awareness and clarity that you can initiate with the illumination of the full moon. So I end this reading today with the highest intentions of blessings for all who are listening, and that you have a coming week of joy and clarity and ease and expansion and discernment about experiences of contrast that you may encounter. And thank you for listening. I look forward to connecting with you again next week. This is Elizabeth Shermer with the Lunar Manifesting Matrix.